Hey YouTube, so today guys, there's some interesting news about Metroid Prime. So during the beta of Metroid Prime, an interesting piece of information was removed from the game and never made it to the final version. We can thank the master leaker himself, Tamaki from Unseen 64 for the story. So basically, what this guy uncovered is some really interesting information. Originally, there was supposed to be a Super Metroid, I guess you can call it Easter egg. It was supposed to be a little Easter egg within Metroid Prime, right? Remember the GameCube game that was being made by Retro Studios? It's supposed to be a full version of the NES, of the SNES classic, Super Metroid. Before I even continue, I could definitely see why Nintendo would be a little hesitant by putting this in the game. By doing this, you're instantly making the value of Super Metroid still something you sell on the Virtual Console, less valuable. You know what I'm saying? So that's probably what I would be thinking as a businessman, why I wouldn't want this in the game. Let's get back to the actual reason here. Basically, after conducting a little interview with an actual developer for Metroid Prime, they had to say it was apparently removed as the developer used a third-party emulator to put Super Metroid on Metroid Prime. So that's the reason it was removed. They were using a third-party emulator, even though they work for Nintendo and they could have easily have acquired the rights or whatever. For some reason, Nintendo cared too much about the emulator and didn't want to make the game. Didn't want to put the Super Metroid. Once again, guys, one thing you have to understand: corporations lie, right? Remember that. Corporations don't always have to say the truth. And here's another example. I guarantee you the real reason was losing money. Nothing to do with any of this bullshit. But companies like to lie, and that's just the result. So overall, I really hope you enjoyed that video. So thank you and bye.